I posted this little thought bubble on Facebook as well, and now I often get accused of being right wing here on 2UE. I get accused of being left wing here on 2UE, which is good. That means my political pragmatism shows. But I can't for the life of me figure out why the Australian people would be thinking about returning the Labor Party in a federal sphere and voting for the Labor Party in Queensland. And I've got a theory. I think it's because people actually don't like, bordering on hatred, Tony Abbott and Campbell Newman. Now, would you really put back the ALP federally? I mean, Bill Shorten was part of all that bastardry involving Julia Gillard and Kevin Rudd, and it was awful. And they've got us in tremendous debt. Now, there's no escaping that. Do you want to head down the European path? You know, their interest rates have been zero, nothing, and they still can't get back into shape. And they look like voting in an extreme left-wing government over the next couple of days. So what gets into the minds of people, I'm not quite sure. The fact that we cannot live beyond our means is just undeniable, isn't it? You can't pay $1 million a day in interest. You can't. You can't keep doing that. So money has to be saved somewhere. And I really do think it really has become the age of entitlement. We tend to expect the government to pay for everything we need. That wasn't the case, back when I was growing up. You looked after yourself, and I'd like to think when I retire I can do exactly the same. But we now want the government to pay for this, look after that. It's always the government's fault. The government should do something. I've often said I like to live my life despite the government, not because of them, or despite politicians, not because of them. So are we really thinking about doing that? And I really do think it's about us not liking, and I say us in the general sense, the Australian people, Tony Abbott for some particular reason. I can assure you, you meet him privately, he's a nice fella. He's a bloke with a decent heart and he's a good man. But people just don't like him. I don't know. Arrogance, is it? I don't know what it is. Campbell Newman, same thing. They don't like him in Queensland either. Would they really think about putting back the government that had them in tremendous debt as well? Apparently they are. We'll find out on January 31 in Queensland. Got a while to wait for the federal government. I think when you refer to that in rugby league parlance, it's called playing the man and not the ball. It should be the other way around.